H-bar is officially back to levels that we haven't seen since roughly December of last year. And for most people, this is a bad thing. But for me personally, I see this as a major opportunity. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. If we take a look at some of the recent announcements from Hedera, it's really setting the stage for H-bar to become one of the largest projects in this space. If we look at this post here from July 10th, this is an upcoming seminar. Now, this is happening on July 16th with DLT Science, and this is a Hedera-based cross-border payment system. The DLT Science Foundation presents a free online research seminar presenting on his recently published paper modeling of a blockchain-based cross-border payment system in a secured cloud environment. Now, this is from David C. Akoria. I hope that I'm saying that name correctly, but I strongly encourage everyone to join the free Discord. There's going to be a link at the top of the description below. This is one of the most valuable and informative Discords out there, and it's completely free. There's a free side that has a ton of free crypto gems, free market strategies, guides, market trends, free charts, and there's also going to be new cheat sheets dropped in this Discord. And already we have a ton of testimonials from members of the Discord that have been absolutely loving it. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link at the top of the description below and join the free Discord. This is very interesting because we have been following cross-border payments for a very long time because of how large this market actually is. Now, for the longest time in this space, I'm sure that you are all aware that XRP was like the main one to target cross-border payments. But for the longest time, what I have said on this channel is that XRP is not going to grasp all of the money, even around the cross-border payment market. There's going to be multiple winners out there, and I do believe that Hedera definitely has a big hand in the pot to possibly become one of those winners. And the reason why is because of how efficient it is. Now, we do know that the cross-border payments market is going to be targeting $250 trillion in value. This is from a report from payments back in April, actually, of this year. And we could see that with every innovation, the world gets a little bit smaller and interconnected. Now, they do mention that according to the Bank of England, the value of cross-border payments is forecasted to increase to over $250 trillion in just the next 3 years. So by 2027, this market will be $250 trillion. And well, it is still extremely expensive. It's slow. It's on antiquated rails. We need to move towards a new plumbing, essentially, of the cross-border payments market. And that new plumbing is going to be, in my opinion, DLT, blockchain, because of the efficiencies behind it. Now, they do mention a few players here. For an example, like Tranglo, which, you know, Ripple does own 40% of stake in. But there's a few other ones as well that they do mention. Even down here, we also see payments without borders as well. Traditional cross-border payment systems are often slow, involving multiple intermediaries and manual processes, which can take several days to complete transactions. Innovation can streamline these processes, reducing the time it takes for funds to transfer from one country to another. And if you did utilize Hedera at all for payments, transfers, whatever the case may be, you know how quick, how efficient, and how cheap it really is to utilize Hedera. And honestly, even if we go to Hedera's website under payments, the facts are in the data. And here we have scalable real-time settlements. Again, 10,000 transactions per second with immediate settlement on par with the Visa network, making payments and micropayments using use cases on Hedera Reality, low and predictable fees, and also regulatory compliance, which is a big one to put a spotlight on, especially now in crypto. But here we have USDC on Hedera offers a scalability, low transaction fees, which, by the way, this is a big one to actually focus on in terms of a partnership, because Circle is basically at this point the blue chip of stablecoins. But beyond that, we have down here a few partnerships and announcements, but we also get a breakdown of the low predictable fees for payments. And here we actually have creating a fungible token, associating a token class with an account, mint fungible tokens in a class, transfer any sum of fungible token as well. And you can see the fee breakdown. And here we also have stablecoins and payment rail providers. These are all the big players utilizing Hedera for payments. It could be, even through, stablecoins, things like that. These are the players so far, and I'm sure that there will be a lot more. Now, one thing that this actually doesn't provide is the major banks that are utilizing Hedera, which I will get to here in a second. And actually talking about that, here we have real-time international transfer leveraging stablecoin POC, and this is with Shinhan Bank, Standard Bank. And this is international stablecoin transfer POC. Cross-border transactions can take several days to settle. To expedite this process and its efficiency, Shinhan Bank and the leading bank of Africa, Standard Bank, have united in a proof of concept stablecoin on Hedera. In doing so, the trial looked to reduce the reliance on middlemen, associated cost, and settlement time in the currently $702 billion remittance market. Now, although, yes, this is just a remittance market, this is not the overall value of the cross-border payments market, which they were talking about over here. But this is a major opportunity for Hedera as well, because we already know the facts, which is Hedera is extremely efficient when it comes to payments, transfers, whatever the case may be. And this is with the leading bank in South Korea and also the largest bank in Africa. And you could also see some of the payment resources down here. But beyond that, yeah, we have the real-time intercontinental settlement using stablecoins. This was a breakdown. This was a full replay of it as well, if you guys did want to go watch that. But what ultimately came from this was the stablecoin studio on Hedera, which is a big game changer. This allows anyone to launch a stablecoin, utilize Hedera for payments, and so forth. And here are some major banks already utilizing them, as well as some other use cases like Joel. And also we have a few other ones here as well. But beyond that, here's Shinhan Bank. SCB Tech X successfully pilot stablecoin remittances on the Hedera network. This goes back to July of last year, by the way, which is still a big thing to put a spotlight on because these are major banks. And this was a huge POC because, again, it really showed us the potential of not only Hedera, but also stablecoins as a means of facilitating cross-border remittances. And in a world right now where we are starting to see stablecoin regulatory movements happening in a very large way, I do think now is the best time to put a spotlight on this use case, because I do believe that this is going to set the stage for Hedera to become one of the most adopted networks out there around not only stablecoins themselves, but also stablecoin initiatives like this, for an example, with payments and cross-border payments. Now, beyond this, I do also want to talk about the big news. And here we have from Credible Crypto, another one. Baffles me when people say no one is building on Hedera and or no one is using Hedera, when we literally see real life use cases like this popping off left and right every other day. Now, this originally got posted by Perfect Ability, environmental and social impact platform, Deloitte, Netherlands, built on Hedera. And this got posted on July 9th. And here we also have Hedera confirming it on the 10th. And we have, in collaboration with the Hashgraph, Deloitte has introduced their environmental and social impact ESI platform, providing unparalleled levels of assurance in environmental impact measurement using Hedera for corporations to drive net zero goals. Now, one thing that I will mention before I jump into this is the fact that if we look at what's happening around sustainability, whether or not you care, it does not matter. Guess who does care? Governments. And if we think about that, what are we starting to see? We are starting to see mandates put in place for major corporations to actually have some sort of ESG movement happening behind the scenes. And if we actually look over here, back in December, actually, of last year, more than half of the world's largest companies don't have a chief sustainability officer. Here's the proof they're missing out. Now, beyond this, here we also have how global reporting initiative standards meet the EU's ESG reporting requirements. Again, this is in the EU, but we also have that with new regulations on reporting requirements coming out of the European Union and some US states, companies need to prepare now to get into compliance with their ESG disclosures. But how are they going to do this? How are they also going to have offsets? Well, Hedera's offering that. And that's actually all through this major collaboration now. And if we actually go over here, we have environmental and social impact platform, turn your net zero efforts into verifiable impact. elevate your sustainability claims with our environmental and social impact ESI platform, sidestep greenwashing with our blockchain-powered integrity, ensuring every environmental initiative is validated. Our digital MRV system guarantees that your responsible strategies are not just promises, but proven impacts that meet regulatory standards. Again, this is the big deal because these regulations that are in place are mandates essentially. And these corporations, these big companies, they need to leverage something like this. And here we have embrace verifiable sustainability with us. Your reputation depends on it. And this fully breaks everything down about it. Again, there's some stuff that we don't really need to look into just because it would waste time. But here we have our solution. We have invested in developing a blockchain-based environmental and social impact platform. Our ESI platform uses an integrated DLT infrastructure, integrity mechanisms, and impact MRV products to validate and prove your sustainability impact claims with complete reliability and ensure compliance with responsible business strategies. Our solutions are harmonized with sustainable development goals and adhere strictly to ESG, CSRD, SFDR, and digital product passport regulations. By partnering with us, you're not just meeting compliance standards, you're actively contributing to a global movement for sustainable development. Now, here we have, how we work. They fully break this down. And then here we have leveraging the Hedera network. So Deloitte leverages the Hedera Hashgraph Network, a cutting-edge DLT, or they actually call it a distributed ledger platform, renowned for its efficiency and security. The Hedera Guardian stands as a modular, open-source measurement, reporting, and verification solution that harnesses the potential of the Hedera blockchain by enabling transparent, auditable, and traceable transactions. We offer an unparalleled level of assurance in impact measurement. And again, this is a very big deal. And here we have a full breakdown of it as well. This is with their Web3 lead, enterprise blockchain lead, and ESI product lead as well. Take accountability by proving sustainable impact claims. So this is actually a very, very big deal. And most people will overlook this, of course. But if we actually look at the About section here on Deloitte's website, guys, this is why this is a huge deal. Deloitte is a leading global provider of audit and assurance, consulting, financial advisory, risk advisory, tax, and related services with more than 150 years of hard work and commitment to making a real difference. Our organization has grown in scale and diversity. Approximately 286,000 people in 150 countries and territories providing these services, yet our shared culture remains the same. Our organization serves 4 out of the 5 Fortune Global 500 companies as well. So listen, this is another step for Hedera to be embedded within the Fortune 500 landscape. I talked to you guys about ServiceNow. ServiceNow has penetration into 80% of the Fortune 500 companies list. This is just another stepping stone for Hedera. Again, this proves how deeply embedded they are within the enterprise grade sector as well. And it also shows you how big Hedera is becoming in a very short amount of time. Also, don't get this confused on why Deloitte is choosing Hedera. It's because it's the greenest and most sustainable DLT in this space. This is a very, very big deal. And I keep telling you guys, focus on these types of connections that Hedera is making because this is not a small announcement. This is one of the biggest ones out there. And I do believe that this is going to set the stage for major enterprises, major companies to come over here, tap into the solution utilizing Hedera through Deloitte. This is basically like in my opinion, a white label product because they're going through Deloitte utilizing Hedera. This is what we want to see. This is how mass adoption becomes a reality because this is where we start to see major names utilizing Hedera and people don't even know about it. People are not even aware of it. They just know that, oh, they're using Deloitte for an example, not realizing that Hedera is tapped in a very, very large way. This is very exciting. And again, it does go back to what Credible is saying over here. Like everyone is constantly saying, no one's building on Hedera, no one's using it. Well, here's your proof that we are starting to see some very large names utilizing Hedera that we have been aware of. Like we know that big players are utilizing Hedera. We know that big players are tapped in because of everything that we have gone over in the past. This is just another thing to add to the list of confirming how big Hedera will be. Very excited about this. Again, it just also shows you, how big that this space will essentially be in the future because we're starting to see the big players being handpicked by leaders like Deloitte. Very excited about this. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.